Hello everyone and welcome back to more Cinderella Phenomenon. We are back for more of this game, finally. Because personally it's been a hot minute for me since I last touched this game. And the last time we left off is when we finished Waltz's route. We got his good ending. We got his happily ever after, quote unquote, where everything worked out. We had only one real speed bump in our relationship, and that was quickly resolved, and we ended up getting married. We finally had our weddings. We officiated him being king. It's great. Everything worked out just fine. And oh my god, it really was a long time since I touched opened this game, because I was just about to go ahead and start on a completely new route, because I was like, oh yeah, we finished Waltz's route. Like, we gotta go on to the second dude. But no, I forgot that we had bad endings to get for Waltz, or for each of the guys actually. So yeah, so I caught myself. I was like, oh my god, I gotta go get his bad endings. So here we are. That's why we're back here near the beginnings. I think this is one of the first, if not the first choice that we make in terms of in Waltz's route. So that's what the goal is today, is to see how it all goes to shit, basically, for science, in the name of science. Because we also are achievement hunters on this channel, yes. So let's get started, let's get right into it. I, of course, will be doing a lot of fast forwarding and a lot of jump cuts to things that are new content. So anything that is old, I will skip over, and I will catch you guys up. And it's probably on each choice I'll catch you guys up, because I feel like for the most part, it will be just me doing opposite answers compared to what I did the first time around. So yeah, let's go. Let's get right into it. So this is here. We are just finishing up on a meeting, long day of meetings, and then all of a sudden we have something else come up, and we don't know how long it's gonna take. And we had decided to, well, Waltz had insisted that he would wait up for us to finish up with the last bit of stuff we need to take care of for the day, but we were just like, no, I don't want him to, stay up all night, and I don't even, what if I don't even, make it back to, our bedroom to, sleep for the night? I don't want him to lose sleep over this. So I had said, wait for me, because, I don't want to, I don't want to have, this little gap between our relationship, this little stake, because, business got in the way. I care about him. So that's what I said the first time, but this time we're gonna say, don't wait for me. It's all good. It's all good, boo. Just go on ahead without me. I'm not sure how long this will take, and I do not want you waiting up like last time. Hana, you know I don't mind waiting for you. But I do. Yeah. Oh, Waltz furrows his eyebrows at me. Well, if you insist, just don't push yourself too hard, okay? Okay, I'll try. Alrighty, I plant a quick kiss on his lips. Okay, I'll see you later, Waltz. Okay. See you later, little star. Okay, so I guess that's all that is. That's all the new dialogue we'll get, so we're gonna go ahead and fast forward. Ooh, this is great! I kinda jumped this new option here. I don't know if it was here for the last game, but I just hit this one singular button little here instead of this, the fast forward text, and it just immediately jumped to here. I hope it stops at new content or new dialogue, because I guess Waltz didn't show up. We just went back to the palace by ourselves. But yeah, we went out on night to the town to look at the new source of energy that we want to import, interested to import, and we just kind of finished up on that. Originally, Waltz stops us in the middle of town to walk us back, but I guess that didn't happen, because we were like, don't wait up for us. So as soon as I return to the palace, I head back to my room, papers in hand. Okay, I enter quietly. The room is still lit, but I am unsurprised to see Waltz has already fallen asleep. Aww. He lies face down on the bed, feet dangling off the edge. It looks as if he collapsed in a fit of exhaustion. Oh, I do not regret telling him not to wait up for me. Magic lessons are tiring. He really needed the rest. Oh yeah, he did have those, yeah. I smile as I walk over to the bed and carefully throw a blanket over Waltz. I lean down to plant a soft kiss on his forehead. Sleep well, Waltz. Okay. Okay, next morning. We're gonna fast on forward. Okay, here we go. This is our next choice. We are in town after having breakfast with our stepsister. I forgot her name. I'm so great with names, guys. Anyways, yeah, so we walked around, we saw that Waltz is doing one of his little puppet shows. So we either have the choice, he's really preoccupied with doing his shows, so we either have the choice of staying and watching, or we go walk around town. I said stay and watch last time, of course, and we ended up, just, seeing his little shows, being supportive, but now we're gonna walk around town instead. There's no point in sitting here and doing nothing, I may as well walk around town. Oh, I glanced one more time at the group of smiling, laughing children. Waltz always manages to put such a smile on their faces. I wonder if there is anything I can do to make the day even better for them. I am thoughtful as I begin my stroll. Okay, where am I going? I am greeted by townspeople as I walk through the town plaza sampling various foods. It has been a long time since I treated myself like this. Waltz and I used to visit these stalls frequently, and he would buy me his favorite treats. The candied apples have always been my favorite, though. Applies. I saw applies. I must have been unconsciously thinking about them because I soon find myself in front of the candied apple stall I first visited with Waltz years ago. Oh, Your Majesty. Yeah, hello, the merchant behind the stall bows. What a pleasure it is to see you again. Likewise, it has been a while. I survey the apples on display. Some are covered in chocolate, others in caramel. Still others sparkle with crystallized sugar, and there are a couple with candied flakes on them. These all look delicious. Any strike your fancy? I can cut some sample slices for you. Ooh. How am I to choose? It occurs to me I could get 2 apples. I could treat Waltz to a dessert like he so often does with me. Or buy a whole bunch for the kids. I reach into my coin purse for several silver pieces, which I slide onto the table. The merchant stares, wide-eyed. Your Highness, I can't take all this. It is ample compensation for all of your apples, I say. All of them? Yeah, I would like to treat some people. Aw, that's cute. Waltz is wrapping up his story when I return to the plaza. And they all lived happily ever after. Yay. I approach the booth from behind. The children who notice me hide giggles behind their hands. Waltz looks quizzical until I poke him in the shoulder. He jumps. The children laugh as he whirls to face me, eyes wide as saucers. Hannah? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Magician. It's the Queen. The Queen's here. Yeah. She must have used her magic to sneak up on Waltz. Now, I'm just that stealthy. I got light steps. I wish I still had the wild imagination of a child. That's right. You ought to pay more attention to your surroundings, Mr. Magician. Forgive me, my queen. I didn't realize you were leaving the palace today. Emmeline, that's her name. Jesus Christ. Emmeline convinced me to take a break. I thought I'd walk around while you were doing your show. For the first time, Waltz seems to notice the tiered trays I'm carrying. His lips pull into a wide grin. What's that? A treat for some children I hear have been all really good. I turn to the children who have crowded nearer and are pointing excitedly at the candied apples in the trays. So, have you all been good? Yes, of course. Well, obviously they're gonna say yes regardless. They're like, I want my apple. I want my free apple, y'all. The children yell excitedly in unison. Then I'm here to deliver a special treat. Carefully, I begin to set the stacked trays down on Waltz's booth. We hand out the candied apples, one for each child, then take the last 2 for us. A traditional candied apple for Waltz and a chocolate caramel covered apple for me. Well, this is a very pleasant surprise. I wanted to do something nice for the children. It was a wonderful idea. They loved it. Oh, I got points for him? Oh, did I not get points for him last time? I love it. Oh, interesting. He leans forward to kiss my forehead. That's my little star, always so thoughtful. Not as thoughtful as you. No, you. I respectfully disagree. No, he's trying to pull my Uno reverse on me again. His eyes light up when he takes a bite of the apple. These are always sweetest when shared with you. I would never think to have one without you. I rise to my feet and hold out my hand. Shall we head back? Waltz grasps my hand. We shall. Okay. Ah, interesting. I think, yeah, maybe last time I didn't get anything with him. I just never really noticed. Okay, anyways, we're gonna skip on ahead then. Okay, we're back in our room for the night. We're resting, and I think we were worried. I forgot what we were worried about though. We had some troubling thoughts. I think it's that creeping thought where we think we're not doing a good of a job as we hope to do as compared to like our father, like etc etc. And Miles is just reassuring us. And so he's offering to either sing a song or tell a story. I said to tell a story because, he's a storyteller. He does the puppet shows, and that's what he's good at. So this time we're gonna ask him to sing a song. Do you also sing? Sing me a song. Me sing? Yes. I smile at him playfully. Aren't you a performer? A performer of a different variety. He mumbles something beneath his breath. Waltz, are you embarrassed? Not embarrassed so much as horrified. I can't sing to save my life. Oh no. I laugh into his chest. I feel like I failed you. No! I kiss him gently on the shoulder. What, for not being talented at everything, right? I try my best, little star. I do not need a lullaby, Waltz. I don't need anything at all. Being here with you is good enough. I'm the luckiest woman in the world. Okay, so we just brush it off. We're like, hello. You didn't have to sing. Okay, skip on ahead. Okay, I heard the little clock thingy. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, or... Y'all better not be skipping new dialogue without me knowing. Okay, whatever. Hopefully the game knows what it's doing. Anyways, this is our next choice. This is where the next morning we wake up, and I think Waltz is telling us to take a day off. I think like a full day off. And he's just like, or yeah, I think Waltz is telling us to take a day off or to relax in terms of not working as much, and we're just like, no, like you always work just as hard as I do. Like, it's not fair that you have to do all this work and I don't do much. And he's just like, no, you've been working so hard and doing so much lately that you need to like take it easy on yourself. And so we're going back and forth with this. So I think obviously we conceded because Waltz is just again, as he's saying, he's just looking out for us. So we're gonna actually protest. We're gonna go against his wish. I cannot afford to take a break, Waltz. Yeah, I have far too much to do. And you can't tell me to take time off when you will not do the same. Oh, well, we're gonna argue. Oh, she wants to argue. She want to fight. Hana, it's not like this is a competition. I promise everything will be fine. You always say that. That everything will be fine. Not everyone can be as nonchalant as you, Waltz. Oh, hey now. That's some fighting words. The words come out more clipped than I anticipated. Waltz looks shocked. Hana, I'm not dismissing your enormous workload. I'm just trying to make it more bearable for you to tackle. Is there anything I can do? I want to help. I sigh. No, Waltz, you are already doing enough. Then how can let me do my work at my own pace. Oh, yeah, I appreciate you trying to help me, truly, but taking a break will only stress me further, Waltz. I know myself best. Of course. In true Waltz fashion, he seems to shake off the negativity easily enough. So, okay. Oh man, that's just... I know, he's just like, okay, fine, I understand. Like, I'm also that too, like, hey, do whatever, like, you want to do what you do you? Like, okay, alright, I'm just here to offer my 2 cents, but if you don't want to take my advice, then okay, like, that's your choice. But that sucks, because it's just like, this is a lot. Like, you're gonna burn yourself out this way, and you're not seeing it now, but you will feel it later. So, yeah, okay, let's go on ahead. Oh yes, we got new dialogue. Yay. Okay, so I know you'd rather get some work done, but I really think the bath will help you relax now. Yeah, so he's just talking about how we should, just at least take a bath together. I sigh. If you insist. Okay. I'm sorry if it sounded like I was belittling your efforts in any way, Hana. No, I spoke too sharply. I'm sorry, Waltz. It's the negative energy for the tenebrarium, I know. It could be that, or it could be my sleeplessness. Either way, Waltz does not deserve those harsh words. He is only trying to help after all. I appreciate you trying to help, Waltz. Oh no, I think the whole lullaby thing was because we were having trouble sleeping, or we woken up from a nightmare, I think. And yeah, so Waltz is just trying to comfort us. Okay, whatever. Waltz smiles feebly. Always, I said I'd always be by your side, remember? Yeah, I could never forget. Okay. Alright, let's skip. Alrighty, okay. So here we are, we have new dialogue again. I think it's just a result of how we decided to just continue on our day of work. We had breakfast with the rest of the family and now we're here. So I spend the morning reviewing important paperwork from the royal advisors. At first it is not so difficult. I'm used to sifting through all of this jargon after all. But I underestimate how complex the proposed policies are, and eventually the words begin to blur as a headache throbs at my temples. Why must this be so needlessly complicated? I glance up at the clock sounds. Right, I told Waltz I would meet him by the royal catacombs. Oh yeah, we gotta go visit the dad and mom. Okay, so yeah, I rise from my chair and begin to make my preparations to leave. Okay, there we go. When we skip, we meet up with Fritz and we meet up with the other royal guards, I think. Okay, so here we are. We went to go visit our father's grave in the catacombs. Also, we're here in the forest now to visit Parfait's and our mother's grave. And then afterwards, Waltz took us to a remote clearing of the forest, and he's showing us basically the place where he used to live with his parents. It's now burned down. He told us the story of how our mom basically tricked him into like taking him under her wing to be her right hand and all that stuff, and how he feels super guilty. Like this guilt has been gnawing at him for like the longest time because he felt like he was the one who caused the murder of his parents. Hildire went over to like burn their house down because he always sneaks off to these like illegal tournaments to practice his magic because his parents wouldn't teach him because they thought it was too dangerous, and that's how he got the attention of Hildire. So yeah. So he's just saying like if I had just listened, if I hadn't participated in any of those tournaments, they'd probably still be alive. I think we comforted him. Yeah, we comforted him last time. This time we're just going to apologize. I have apologized to him so many times. Always, he waves those apologies away, but in the wake of Mother's death, I am the only one who can try to make things right. I am sorry, Waltz. Hannah, please, you should never feel like you have to apologize for your mother. For years, the townspeople thought I was just like her. But you're not. Perhaps, but that link to her, I still feel it, Waltz. For years, I have apologized for my mother. I smile a little wearily. I have become accustomed to it. I have a responsibility to uphold my father's legacy, but also to right my mother's wrongs. Waltz frowns at me. No, you don't. You're your own person, Hannah. Your legacy is your own. Oh, somehow this has become about me, even though I was trying to make him feel better. Please, no apologies, okay? Yeah, Aw, thank you for listening to me. Yes, I've carried this story for many years. It's good to finally be able to share it. Okay, there we go. We're gonna skip on ahead. Alright, got new dialogue? Okay, so I know you said you were busier earlier, but this won't take up too much time, I promise. Oh, he wants to go take us to... Or, I forgot. Oh, no, I forgot where he wants to take us. Much to my chagrin, I find I cannot resist his adorable, endearing smile. Isn't he gonna take us to the towns again? The main town square to get more apples, and then that's when we encountered the pyromancer, the witch that's just causing havoc and burning shit down. Fine, if you insist. Oh no, he's just showing us his little like firefly trick. Okay, let's go. So this is here where she's asking about children. I said I have no preference last time. We're gonna say none. No children? Yeah. I know you love kids, Waltz, but like, no children for me. I'm sorry. I know that it is an irresponsible answer. There needs to be an heir to the throne after all, but... Waltz, how am I to know if I will be a good mother? My own parents were rarely there for me in the ways that mattered most. What if I am just like them? I can barely keep my own priorities straight, even now. I'm scared. Yeah, I mean, she got the right mindset though. It's just like, I don't know if I'm up to the job. Like, I can't say yeah now and then be like, oh, maybe not. Waltz presses his hand to my cheek and gently turns my face toward him. You could never be like your mother, Hannah. You know what it's like to yearn for a better life. I know you wouldn't make someone else live that life. And don't forget, I'll be here with you every step of the way. Perhaps someday then. Yeah, someday. If I am to bring a child into the world, I want to make sure it is the safest world I can create. I want to be ready for that kind of responsibility. Yes. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I mean, that's a very sound and reasonable answer. Okay, so it's the next day, or no, yes, next day, because it is daylight. So we are here at the Martian again to have a meeting with Parfai's successor, Sin, or Cinnamon. Cinnamon! He's just discussing about the whole rebellious, like still the bad witches that are kind of still roaming around. It was still very loyal to Hildire and causing trouble and such like that. And we've managed to like arrest a few of them, but they never really give much of a motive, I think. And I think they're just concerns on how to better deal with the situations. Sin was saying how, you know, you should be like down there in the interrogations, just asking them personally, like what it is that they want, what is their motivation and stuff, in order to, you know, understand, get down to the root of the issue. But then Waltz is just arguing, being like, no, like we have people for that, we have the royal guard for that, you know, I'm doing that already, like there's no need for for us to do that. But we're just thinking about it, we're just like, maybe Sin is right, like maybe I am just like, you know, I've been avoiding it personally too much. Like we only really just show up for the final court hearing and the sentencing, but that's pretty much it. So we're just giving it a thought. Waltz, of course, is very like, you don't need to worry yourself over this. Like, you have people for the job. But yeah, but we're last time we said we argued because I agree. Like, you know, we should try a different approach to see if it would actually do some changes, and if not, then like, okay, we can just, you know, go back to how we were doing things before. But no, this time we're gonna actually agree with him. We're just gonna, yeah. Even if I wanted to, I could not speak to everyone. Waltz is right. It is not my responsibility to speak directly with criminals until they are put on trial. And I'm more than happy to interrogate the witches with Delora and deliver the reports myself. Cinna scoffs. You'll never solve the problem like that. You're the one who's meant to lead the witches, Your Majesty. Hannah isn't just a Tenebrarian bearer. She's the Queen of Angiel. She has a lot more to balance than just her obligations to the witches. It takes a group effort, Cinna. A group effort. It's true, Mother ruled on her own. Everything she wanted, she took. I would never make such momentous decisions without conferring with those I trust. But it is undeniable that some witches see me as a usurper. Even if the Tenebrarium did accept me all those years ago, I have to prove to them that I do hear them somehow. Hannah, why do you have that look on your face? It's because she knows I'm right. It may take a group effort, but a group still needs a leader. Ah, you're welcome. Cinna's just so, like, deadpan, so, like, straight up blunt about it. But that's what makes him charming. That's what makes him right. And, like, that's something that everybody needs a little bit in their life. So, yeah, okay. So I'm pretty sure we just end up we're going down to the prison, the cells, to talk to that one witch anyway, and of course to find out, you know, all of Waltz's like dark past, dark secrets that he's been trying to hide from us as well too. Oh, I think Cinna brought up a good point today, but let's not forget he doesn't know what your workload is like. Okay, so we're just trying to head back to the palace now. We're just taking the long, scenic road back. I sigh. Please, Waltz, let me make my own decisions. If interrogating these criminals is too time-consuming a task for me or yields no results, then I will leave it to you and the other witches. But for now, let us work for the witches together, Waltz. When I said I wanted to spend more time with you, this isn't what I had in mind. Oh, okay, there you go. So yeah, this is how we kind of, I guess, transition into like us being down there, even though we did agree with Waltz that we shouldn't involve ourselves in that process. Okay, here we go. We are down here. We are talking to the witch that we have apprehended in the plaza, when he like set things aflame and, you know, caused a lot of property damage. So he only is willing to talk to us if we are by ourselves, no guards, no Waltz. So he's just, again, he brought up how Waltz is like, he's done worse and he should have been punished, and why is he not getting punished, blah 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 blah. So yeah, so he's just trying to get a rise out of us by basically saying that. So, hero who ended the Great War hardly, Waltz Cresswell is a worse criminal than me. So last time we said in rebuttal that we have no right to judge him. You have no right to judge him? Did I say? I think I did say that, right? You have no right to judge him. I'm gonna say this is none of your business. I came here to speak with you about your crimes. There you go. Yeah, okay, there we go. So you'll turn a blind eye to blood already spilled because you prefer ignorance? Oh, The longer I speak with this man, the more irritated I become. I pinch the bridge of my nose and let out a sigh. I am done speaking about this. Okay. If Lady Hildire has still been queen, she wouldn't have turned away from all this. She was and will always be stronger than you, halfling. He had some nerve. The nerve, the audacity. It is all I can do to brush off his words. If you will not speak to me about the arson attack, we are done here. Okay, the witch turns away with a scoff. Okay, there we go. So here we didn't prove to him, sort of, that we got this. So we fast forward, we're done with the interrogation. We find Waltz back in our bedroom. And this is when he finally kind of spills the beans, be like, yeah, part of the reason why I didn't want you to interrogate the witches personally is because they will talk shit about stuff that I've done, like the horrible shit that I've done, and all this, the you know, how guilty I feel because of that as well too. And I didn't want you to find out about it. So, yeah, I think he's just saying how, like, yeah, after all these years, and even though he's done right now, he still regrets all the things that he's done under Hildire's, like, reign, basically. So I still feel like I'm not worthy of being called that, like, the person who saved. He was a major player in terms of saving the kingdom as well. So we were trying to reason with him with that, but he's just like, no, I don't feel like I'm worthy of that. So, I said reason with him last time. I'm gonna disagree. Just straight up disagree. You already know what my response is to that. I know, it meant the world to me when you thought I was one of the good witches, even back when we were children. Even if I was lying to you. Well, I was a child. We were both children, right? I would never begrudge you keeping those things a secret from me to protect me. But now I am older, wiser. I know what it is my mother did and what you had to suffer at her hands. Yeah, please never feel like you must keep me in the dark, understood? Okay, so that's just straight up. Just be like, listen. Like, I disagree with you. Okay, we're gonna skip now. Okay, so we're getting close to the end of the route. So I want to see, because we're discussing about the whole speech thing with the anniversary of the, of saving the kingdom. So I think we were going to personally deliver a speech or something like that. I don't know, I forgot what the context is, but here it is. This year I will give a speech as a Tenebrarian bearer. So we're discussing it with Delora, and we can either say I will show them I am not my father, or I will show them that I am better than my mother. Of course I went with the mother one because her mother was the one who did all the bad shit and stuff like that, and that's what the masses are afraid of the most, is to have a second Hildire. And for the longest time, they thought we were going to become the second Hildire, but no, after our change of heart and everything, we were trying to, you know, what's it called? Rebrand ourselves is the best that I could think of at the moment. But this time we're going to say, I will show them I am not my father, for whatever reason. In the past, I was feared as Hildire's daughter. When I learned the truth about her being the one to start the Great War, I dissociated myself from her. I single-mindedly chased after my father's legacy and compared myself to him. But I cannot and should not be using the same procedures he used to try to connect with witches. I cannot just be a queen, I must be a bearer as well. A bearer that does things differently from my mother, one who strives to keep balance. You're well on your way there, Hana. Okay? That would not be the case if you two were not helping me. I owe you both a lot. You owe us nothing. We want to be here. Okay, it's the truth. Thank you. I cross my arms. Oh, really? That was the right choice? Okay, so far I've made 2 right choices. Hopefully that's not going to affect us in any sort of way, but at least we get new content. Sorry. Speaking about my own efforts, though, I am not my father. I am considering a different way to unite this kingdom, something that breaks down some of the barriers currently in place. Oh yeah, and this is when we're going to start hiring people bringing people into our circle that are from different races. So the fays, humans, and witches, so that we can get all sorts of point of views. Okay, let's go. Okay, we are here at the margin. We were planning the surprise of the whole thing where we're supposed to propose to Waltz with the Tinkerbell box. And we run into Claude and his brother here, who is on an envoy to come to the palace, but they made this little pit stop here. to talk and catch up with the rest of everyone that's here. But then, of course, Claude's stomach, he notices our bag of chocolates that we had for the children, and he's just, and you know, we were just like, oh, snap. Like, I glanced down at the chocolate that's meant for the students, but then, you know, we got the Almonte brothers, and, you know, I want to be a good host for these royals from the other kingdoms, so what should I do? So I said give the chocolate to the children, of course, because the chocolates are meant for the children, and it's not gonna, you know, you're not gonna stave off your hunger for just a few pieces of chocolate. So that's why I said to the children, we're gonna keep it for the children because it's meant for the children, but this time we're gonna give the chocolate to the princes. So I pulled the chocolate box out of the bag and set it on the table. You can have these chocolates. Yeah. Oh, Your Majesty, we can't accept this. It's a gift. There's no need to worry. This is not a gift for Waltz. Consider this my spontaneous welcome treat. Are you sure, darling? Yes. Would you refuse a gift from a queen? Never. Thank you, Hana. Okay. Yes, thank you very much, Queen Hana. Alrighty. While the two princes express their gratitude, Cinna leans forward and takes a truffle from the box. He pops it into his mouth without ceremony. He's like, I want chocolates too. Cinnamon! What are you doing? Is this from that stall with the chocolate flowers on display? He pauses to consider. It's good, but nothing like the chocolatier they have in the Western Plaza. Oh, I'll keep that in mind then. You can't just go around trying other people's gifts, Cinna. He's like, there's more than enough here for everyone. While the two bicker, Claude leans toward me with a smile. Okay, then he's gonna tell us that Waltz is in the forest, in the back. Okay, this is the part where I messed up accidentally. I didn't do it on purpose, but the right answer here, last time I did shield? I did a shield on a weak spell, when you're supposed to do a shield on a stronger spell because you can't deflect a strong spell. So I'm gonna still do shield because I don't want to get any more right answers. Like I don't wanna have to drag you guys all the way through this just so that we wind up on the same place again. So we're gonna say shield again. I'm gonna skip on that part. Sorry, guys. Play this game. You want to know what would happen if we do the proper answer. I think we're talking. I don't know what this is. It's getting. Did we get married? I think we got married. I think we got married. We proposed to him, and then we got married the next day, I think. And then now we're just preparing for the Tenebrium saving the kingdom anniversary thing, as well as him, like crowning Waltz king officially. I think we're reflecting on what's his name, the other dude that works for Hildire. Like I forgot his name. Yeah, I forgot his name. But that dude, the dude with the glasses that ended up we ended up having to kill anyways because he wouldn't give up. He wouldn't stand down. He was all for Hildire. And Waltz just felt bad because he was like, yeah, he was on the same boat as I was, but I couldn't help him in any way from being corrupted. So we said, you can make a difference now. I think last time I said you can make a difference now. I'm gonna say there's nothing you could have done. There you go. Are you regretting the past again? Waltz holds up his hands in surrender. In all fairness, I can't control what I dream about. Oh, I hope you realize you had nothing to do with Mrs. Corruption, that's his name. My mother was using you both as pawns. You did not have a choice in the matter. No, we didn't. Hildar knew exactly how to manipulate us. Yeah. Don't look so sad, little star. There's no change in the past, but we can both do our best to enact change in the future, right? Right. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we are back in the dungeon, trying to get one last try to get answers out of this witch. And he's still not budging. He's still all for Team Hildire, I think. And we were just telling him, we're like, hey, we're gonna be the change that you so, I think, desperately want in terms of equality among the witches and the humans and stuff like that. And he's just being a Debbie Downer. He's just like, you can't achieve that sort of thing. That's too idealistic. It's not gonna work. What did I say last time? I'm gonna save here just in case I make the wrong answer because I generally cannot remember what I said. I think I said I do not believe that is true because he's like, yeah. I say perhaps? Yeah. Perhaps. There you go. So we're kind of sort of agreeing with him. We're like, yeah, maybe you are right. Maybe witches and humans and other people can't live all harmoniously together. but we're gonna try. Your Majesty, there is no such thing as true peace. There will always be upheaval and dissent. Such is the nature of society. That's true. But we can incorporate structures that will help us deal with those injustices fairly. Even if an ideal is unobtainable, I do not think it is foolish to work toward it regardless. I got a point though. I spin facts. That is the difference between my mother and I. She gave up. The only solution she was interested in was bloodshed, but violence begets more violence. I will not pit humans and witches against each other. I will never take sides. That is my duty, as both the Tenebrae Bearer and the Queen of Angiel. Oh, I think we came down here just to let him know. We're like, hey, yeah, we're gonna bring councils. We're gonna bring witches into the council, as well as Fae and everybody, and all types of races, so that we can have all these different like perspectives. Be inclusive that way. And this witch is just like, you're too idealistic. It will never work. The witch exhales softly. Perhaps it is a trick of the light, but he looks like he is smiling. There is nothing more painful than putting your heart into something that will inevitably fail. Perhaps, but I would much rather try than give up. Oh, I got points with him! You have more of a backbone than I thought, Your Majesty. Interesting. Your Majesty, he actually used my title. This has been an enlightening talk. Oh, interesting. So, okay. So, like, instead of like leaning into the be like, yeah, you know what? Stop being such a Debbie Downer. We're gonna be like, yeah, you might be right, and I'm just being logical, but it doesn't hurt to try. Okay, hopefully that's still okay. Anyways, regardless, I have it as a save, so maybe I'll just switch it up in case it affects our ending. Okay, we are here for whatever reasons. After Waltz's speech, we asked him to, I guess, get a treat, and I think Claude was saying how he liked the croissants and the bake stuff. What am I saying? The baked goods in the plaza over the sweet stuff, but candied apples were our thing, so I've always, of course, said candied apples. So, but this time we're gonna say croissants. The croissants! Fitzgerald mentioned that there were some chocolate almond croissants in a stall by the fountain. Fitzgerald, were you talking to him about the promotion today? Something like that. Waltz raises an eyebrow. I've tried a lot of things over the years, but never a chocolate almond croissant. A croissant. I'm sorry, I might be pronouncing it wrong. A croissant. Then this will be a good opportunity to do so. I take Waltz's hand and pull him toward the central plaza. Off we go to get a croissant. It is not difficult to spot the stall Fritz mentioned. The floral top stands out amidst all of the other plain colors, and the shelves are filled with delicious-looking croissants. My mouth waters as we approach. The croissants are dusted with sugar and look both flaky and soft. They are big enough to share. Your Majesty, hello! The stall owner bows as I approach. Your speech today was inspiring. Thank you. Oh, she glances at Waltz. As was yours, Lord Waltz. Thank you. Are you here today for a croissant? The woman gestures toward her mouth-watering display. Take whatever you like. Okay, I peruse the shelves intently. There are an assortment of flavors I have never tried before. Croissants containing all manner of chocolates and jams and fillings. We're looking for the almond chocolate, I think. A friend of ours recommended it. The baker smiles broadly. Your friend wouldn't happen to be Lord Fitzgerald, would it? Aha! The woman laughs at my surprise. He's here all the time. That night, I'm selling out here today, but normally I sell croissants out of my shop. Sir Fitzgerald is one of my best customers. The baker hands us a wrapped croissant. She refuses payment when I tried to give it to her. Please, this is the least I can offer you, Your Majesty. Oh, come on. No one wants to take my money. No one ever wants to take my money. Waltz and I sit by the fountain to share our dessert. He looks thoughtful as he rips a piece of the croissant off. He pops the piece into his mouth and, after a few moments, sighs contentedly. This is delicious. I take a bite of the croissant and marvel at the buttery softness of it. The taste is exquisite. This really is amazing. Maybe, since I've shared enough of my favorites, we should ask around for recommendations from others. But you give the best recommendations. There's always room for more, though. Okay. Alrighty, so we finished our desserts and we're gonna head off now because the fast forward button is allowing us to skip. So let's go. Okay. So the thing stopped me. it's the next day. I think it's the day where we do the crowning ceremony. So protect our kingdom. I will always be with you, okay? That's our dad. I still have a long way to go before I can become the ruler Angiel needs, but I am proud of my progress. I hope you are proud of me too, Father. I stand before Father's coffin, fingers resting on the majestic statue posed behind it. I angle my head up to look at Father's face, at the likeliness forever captured in stone. He looks tranquil. Oh, okay. Hana? Oh. Walt still stands by the entrance, where he has been waiting for me. Now I realize he is no longer alone. Oh, hello, dear. Oh. Hello, Ophelia. Are you here to speak with Father? I can leave if that is the case. Oh no, please stay. Okay. I cast a look back at Waltz. He just smiles and shrugs, which I take as a sign that we still have some time before today's excursion. Ophelia sets a white lily on the coffin. I assume it is from the anniversary celebration a few days back. Okay. Oh yeah, we don't really go through all that. Okay. Hello, dear. You missed a wonderful anniversary celebration last week. Okay. I'm sure Hana has already filled you in on most of the details, but I wonder if she's told you yet that she recently married? Oh, I already told him that. I told everybody. Ophelia laughs. Good. I thought he'd enjoy the story more coming from you. The two of us stand there for a few moments, looking quietly at the stone statue of my father. Ophelia sets her hand on the statue's foot, a forlorn look in her eyes. He would have been so happy to be at your wedding, Hana. Oh, I wish he could have been. Back when he was alive, not a day went by that he didn't speak about how much he wished he could reconnect with you. And I shunned him. He never held that against you, Hana. He blames himself for distancing himself for all those years. He called it his greatest mistake. Oh. He was smiling in the end, wasn't he, when he passed? Tears come to my eyes, unbidden. I wiped at them hastily with the back of my hand. He entrusted me with the kingdom, and he said he would always be with me. How I wish we could have spent more time together before you passed, Father. Hana. Ophelia sets a hand on my shoulder and squeezes. Gennaro is proud of you. Of that I am certain. How do you know? Because I am proud of you, and we agreed on almost everything. The words infused me with warmth. I wiped the last of the tears from my eyes and smile. The effort is much belated, but I am glad we could talk like this, Ophelia. Likewise, it's an honor to be here for the Queen of Angiel. She steps away, a thoughtful look on her face as she glances between Waltz and I. You have somewhere to be, don't you? I won't keep you. Thank you, Ophelia. Okay. There's no need to thank me, dear. You know I'll always be here if you need me. The last thing I see before I leave the room is Ophelia's fond smile, trained on my father's coffin. The love she has for my father shines unfettered in her eyes. I see now that their love was true. I am glad they had each other. Waltz offers his hand as I near the exit. And I am glad I have Waltz. I could not imagine ruling Angiel without him. The two of us walk through the tunnels until we reach the surface. Thank you for waiting for me. Of course. Next time I speak to Father, you ought to join in. I think he'd appreciate hearing your perspective on things. My perspective? On events like the wedding? Oh, and all I'd be doing is telling him how beautiful you looked on the altar, the way your eyes glimmered when you took my hands and your cheeks became all rosy when I leaned forward to... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Waltz laughs. Your embarrassment is endearing as always. We turn from one corridor into the next and nearly bump into two familiar faces in passing. Oh, Hana. Oh, aren't you both supposed to be in town? Well, hello to you too. Good afternoon. Sorry, Hana, we've been searching for the princess. Oh. Rod puts a hand on his forehead and sighs. Apparently they challenged each other into a very serious game of chess this morning. They said it was a brotherly tournament, and they didn't want spectators, but M wants to watch Prince Lance play. You're curious too, Rod. I am, but I'm going to watch the game, not a certain someone. That's not fair. Regardless of the reasons, this sounds like a good time. It will be. Do you want to join us? Oh, unfortunately not. It's about time Hana and I set up for our show. Oh well, maybe next time then. I think it would be nice if we all sat down to a game before Rod and I left. Things have been so busy recently that I forgot about Emmeline and Rod's imminent departure. For the last few days, the two of them have been preparing to go to Brigantia for a 1-month vacation. Oh, okay. So what happened afterwards? I forgot to catch you guys up on the whole like after we ate the croissants. We met up at the tavern to do a little found family reunion dinner with all the people we met at the tavern during our time there, and then we had the wedding. I think. Yeah, I think we had the wedding. They will be gone within the week. When I insisted Ophelia go with them, she declined, insisting she wanted to stay here to help me run things. I would like that very much. Okay. Then we'll talk to the princess about it. Emmeline grabs Rod by the sleeve and tugs him forward. Come, we have to find them before the game ends. Okay, otherwise you won't be able to cheer on Prince Lance? You'll just have to cheer for Prince Claude to balance things out. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. Rod releases a long-suffering sigh as Emmeline lugs him behind her. She turns back only once to wave at us before disappearing down the corridor. Things are going to be less lively without them here. I agree. Walt smiles at me. The curl of his lips is alarmingly mischievous. What? What? I was just thinking of how much livelier these halls would be with children. The children talk again. Oh my goodness. Every time he mentions children, I become flustered. As we take steps to make our ideal future a reality, we come closer every day to the possibility of having children. But it will be someday. Waltz nods. We're jumping the gun here. Indeed. I am not ready for children, not yet. Waltz is, as always, extremely laissez-faire about the situation. I am relieved he never pushes me to go beyond whatever pace I feel comfortable with. Waltz holds out his arm. I rest my hand in the crook of his elbow and let him lead me into town. Oh, so the lily decorations from a few days ago litter the plaza when we arrive. It looks as if the town has survived a storm of flower petals. It is beautiful. Waltz and I wave to the townspeople as we wander. Knights trail us from a distance, watching the proceedings with smiles on their face. They only pause when someone rushes toward us. Your Majesty! Oh. Hello. A witch. A familiar face stands before me. Good day, Your Majesty. Well, hello. This witch is one of the candidates who came to speak with me in the throne room about the council position a few days ago. For years she owned a potion shop in Angiel and came to the tavern to discuss important political affairs with Delore and Parfait. Good day, how can I help you? The witch looks jittery, but less so with nerves than excitement. I received your correspondence the other day. Ah, that. Your Majesty, I am honored you selected me to serve on your council. The witch curtsies low before me. Please, that is unnecessary. It will be my honor to have you. Last night, Waltz and I were up late looking through vetted applications for the council positions. We sent letters to those we knew were immediately qualified for the job. This witch was one of them. She received personal commendations from Delora and many of the other witches working around the palace. I wanted to thank you in person, but I can't put into words how grateful I am. Please, you do not need to thank me. I am looking forward to working with you during our upcoming meeting. Likewise. Cool. She seems very adorable. The witch bows to me again and then to Waltz. You've come a long way, Waltz Cresswell. I owe it all to Hana. She's my greatest inspiration. You give me too much credit. Nonsense, it's the truth. The witch excuses herself with another deep curtsy before leaving us. You saved Angiel all those years ago without my help, you know. But you were the driving force behind that goal. You always have been, Hana. Ow. Waltz leads us the rest of the way to the plaza and to a very familiar booth. Cinna stands behind the puppet booth, a hand on his hip. He is surrounded by children, all of whom clap and cheer when Waltz appears. Cinna glares daggers at us. You owe me for this. Of course, if you stay through the show, I'll buy you a cinnamon roll afterward for setting things up for us. He's like, damn it, my one weakness. Oh, was that not the deal? Fine. Alright, Cinna huffs out the word before turning to join the beginning to gather. This is Waltz's performance time. They know to expect him here at this time on this day. But it has been a long time since I, his assistant, have joined him. Waltz gestures me behind the booth and hands me a puppet as I slide in next to him. You ready for this, little star? Yes, I will follow your lead, Waltz. Then let's begin. Waltz draws back the curtains on his booth and smiles broadly as the audience claps. Hello, everyone. I, Waltz, am here once again to share another story with you. Today I'll be joined by my most spectacular assistant, Queen Hana, the Tenebrarium Bearer. Woo! There are more cheers and excited chatter. It has been a while since I joined Waltz here. I hope I do not disappoint. Today we'll be telling you the story of the Witch Queen, a kind-hearted woman who faced and overcame many obstacles. I hold my puppet. It is embarrassingly a puppet I made to look like me. Before Waltz used puppets to tell me stories, he thought this would be a great way to help children understand my story. I agreed to help him act out the story, but on the condition he share his story as well. I watch now as Waltz takes out his own puppet, one I haphazardly sewed to look like him. The two of us worked on them quickly during our recent break. They are not the most well-made creations, but they will suffice. Oh, we got a new thing! Oh, that's so cute! We got a new little CG. Waltz leans close enough to whisper to me. Don't be nervous, little star. Ah, I'm not nervous. Waltz squeezes my hand beneath the booth. Here we go. The story opens up in the palace with a young witch who has just lost everything, his family, his home, his heart. But then the witch meets a princess that helps guide him to find happiness again. Even though my memories of the past are muddy, I find myself speaking clearly and without hesitation during the puppet show. I play my role well enough to that people are entranced. But then I realize, this is not a role, this is me. For the first time, I am telling people my story. Many others' characters make an appearance in the puppet show, including a snarky witch mentor and a kind fairy with an enchanted broom. It is a long show, but by the time we are done, the moon hangs in the sky, and we are using lantern light to illuminate our stage. And in the end, the witch and the princess lived happily ever after. Aww. The response is startling. I look up to see that the crowd has doubled in size over the last few hours. People sit on benches and tables, on chairs and on edges of the fountain. I feel suddenly exposed, like I have bared my heart. But I also feel free. You okay, little star? More than okay. I think this might be the happiest I've ever been. Walt slides toward me, and, in clear view of everyone, places a tender kiss on my lips. Oh, stop it. Ah! Glad to hear it, my queen. And what about you? Couldn't be better. The two of us stand to take a bow, Waltz, the future king of Angiel, and I, the queen of Angiel, bowing before our citizens. I may be queen, but I am only here because they have accepted me. I smile as their applause grows louder, until it fills the streets and beats in time with my own excited heartbeat. I still have a long way to go as ruler, but with Waltz by my side, I am optimistic about all the good we can do. I glance up at the stars scattered across the ebony sky. Do you see me, father, mother? I will not stop working to protect the people you cared so deeply about, I promise. Waltz squeezes my hand again. It is my final cue. I turn to my audience, my people, with a smile, and I take one final bow. Aw, this is nice. Thank you all for accompanying me on this journey. That's so nice. We got that. I love how we got that little extra scene. The end. Oh, that's a different ending we got. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's cute. Story time. Oh, that's so adorable. Hey, so it's not a bad ending. That's great. Because I was just going to say, I was like, from the way that it's going still, it doesn't really lead much into a bad ending. It just leads into another alternative ending, which is super cute. So instead of we saw the coronation, we got to see what's it called, like him doing the little puppet show and us connecting with people. Yay! Oh, so that's it. That's generally it. Oh my god. Okay, so wow. Oh, we got soundtrack too. Okay, I'm just kind of going through everything here. Achievements? Is this all the achievements? For Evermore, Waltz's good ending. Read the dialogue. What's this one? Got a ending without the RC. Oh, without the RCI. The RCI is a little thing that lets you know, like, oh yeah, you did good on doing, the choices without having to be told that you did good. I might just get that at the very, very end. So, wow. Okay, yeah. So we got it. We did it, guys. We got both badges for Waltz. We got his best. Best ending was this. So it's only best and good ending. Okay, I can live with that. I don't mind. You know what? We sometimes in life all we need is just the good and the best endings. Okay, Like, screw the bad endings. We don't need to, like, why should we have to be traumatized? Why should we have to be traumatized if we can still help not doing that? You know what I mean? Okay, so there we go. We got to see a different ending, a different wholesome ending, like wholesome nonetheless. So thank you so much for sticking around and seeing it to the end, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it sends all the good vibes for you to carry out on your day, your week, whatever that may be. So yeah. Um Tune in next time, I guess, for another Let's Play. Not entirely too sure if it would be more Oxenfree or maybe a completely new game, who knows? So be sure to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell on my channel, because for those of you who are new here or may not be aware, I am on a semi-hiatus for my channel, only because due to conflict in schedules and stuff in real life, work stuff, I have a hard time figuring out when's the next time I have the time to upload and to do recordings for you. So even if you do ask me when's the next time I'm going to upload, I won't be able to give you a straight answer or definitive answer, because there'll be times where I will not upload anything for a week or two, or maybe even more than that. So yeah, so that's the best way if you guys want to know when's the next time I'm going to put another episode of any of the Let's Play that are active on my channel. That is the best way to do so. But otherwise, I'm still active on it, fairly active. If you leave comments in the comment sections of any of my videos, or shoot me a message in the community tab or community post, I will do my best to answer it. But otherwise, yeah, thank you so much once again for joining me on completing now fully Waltz's route in Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. Tune in next time, but for now, bye!